Oh, that's a video of old girl saying that men come home and fuck up the air. Niggas fuck up the air in the room.
Fuck up the air in the room and send her kids to school fucked up.
That men are built to bear the hard work and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think y'all built for it.
And why you say that?
I say that because often y'all think I'm gonna go to work and go to and I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get the money, I'm gonna go to work and get the money. What about emotionally? What about the fact that when you come home and you haven't had time to decompress, you haven't had time to yourself, you throw the whole house energy off. What about the fact that you might be in the morning time in the mood when you leaving out and the kids is up getting ready for school too. You might not be in the best of moods thinking you're ready to actually go to work right now. And you throw off my kids' school day before they go to school. That happens too. And a lot of the time, because you guys don't give yourself the space to actually, exert emotions and to talk about how you feel. And I'm talking about the traditional man from this past the perspective that you gave me. That's an issue.
Uh, can I go first?
Go ahead, because you done pissed me off again.
All right, cool. That time you claiming we don't carve out, we do. It's just that when we carve it out and we try to enjoy it, y'all come and y'all interrupt it. Y'all come in and y'all ask us while we're having that time to to get our mental in order, taking that moment of solace. Y'all think it's a slight on y'all. Why you spending so much time in the car before you walk in the house? Why you always going down in the basement instead of being up here with us and the kids, with me and the kids? Why you always got to be out at the bar going to get a drink before you come home? Why you always all of the things that a man will do to decompress have been beaten and whittled out of him by a woman. That's why he don't do those things. So when he comes home, yeah, the mood should change. If I'm upset, the whole house needs to know that they need to walk around me and treat me like we need to make sure that the rest of his evening go better than the first part of his day. Me. Because I make sure by the efforts of my work that everybody else's life is made to be a little bit easier. And I got to bear the brunt of some shit that I don't want to bear, but I got to do it. So if you got to come home and you got to put up with me fussing, telling the kids to be quiet or some shit like that, that's some shit you got to do. Now, I ain't saying you got to put up with a motherfucker coming home being an alcoholic and beating on you, no shit like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But if a motherfucker says keep that noise down when he come in the house because he tired of all that the racket that the kids is keeping up, at the heater just got off. He getting home, it's 6:30. Kids been out of school since 3 o'clock. They done with their homework, and now they want to act a fucking fool. See, everybody else got their time to decompress and do the fuck what they wanted to do, and this man's just getting home, and he's not allowed that time to decompress. He's supposed to be a happy, chipper, get along motherfucker. When everybody else come in and they exhale, they get their hoof off. If the shit's going right, you the housewife is at home all day, getting your alone time to get your mental health in order the way you need to be. But the way we try to do it is not accepted by anybody. So for you to act like you don't understand why when the man come home he's in some kind of a mood, it's because he's been made to come home immediately and not been able to reconcile that mood. We try to go watch the game at the bar, try to go to the gym, try to go do whatever. But in the effort of doing those things, y'all kneel, y'all pick, y'all got a problem. I don't know, that's my 2 cents.
I'm with you on that. Like, there's no, and it's not that we don't allow ourselves the space. There's just no fucking space. There's just no goddamn space for it. Like when you legit have to, you go out, you face the world, you go through all the bullshit you do to make everybody, like you said, to try to make everybody else life easier.
Mm-hmm.
When is the you? in
Men
this era
chose living.
we're supposed to be all self-care and aware of our mental state. Well, we're aware of our mental state. Mental state be fucked sometimes.
Hey, here's the thing: ain't nobody calling attention to. A man's wife and his kids is supposed to be his solace. That is supposed to be his decompression. So if
Hmm.
he is getting home and is still agitated, it's you motherfuckers. It ain't got nothing to do with what happened outside them four walls. Because he could have went to a bar and decompressed and did that. He came home to decompress because you people is where he finds comfort. Now, if he get there and some other shit transpired that motherfuckers is not calling attention to and making this big poetic ass emotional terrorist accusation, that should be called attention to. Did this nigga just wake up pissed off in the morning and sent your kids to school fucked up? Or did y'all all get up unifiedly and these motherfuckers did some shit? Like we now let me put the caveat that I'm talking within reason because everybody have their moments. So for her to beg to mention this shit, we are talking about somebody that does this religiously and enough that it becomes an issue. Not just one morning when he woke up and stepped on a Lego. He has to do this to a point where she needs to call attention to this emotional terrorism. She needs to call attention to because I think she's implying that he's sound in the other areas, be it financial and physical. It's the emotional area that we are lacking in, most of us. But is that nigga waking up pissed off? If he is, then you're talking about the wrong person. Then you're with the wrong person. But if he wakes up in a normal demeanor and then something tends to agitate him every single morning, we may need to seek counseling together and figure out what that is. I mean, if you're saying that he's a generally reasonable person, and he's not someone you need to get away from, this needs to be called attention to because it needs to be rectified. I would start looking semi within. Because if we just talking about an irate motherfucker, all right, then there's no need to have this discussion. We clearly talking about somebody with emotional acuity to get it in under control in some shape or form. So maybe he just worked 12 fucking hours and he came in and the two blunts he had rolled up was gone. Like that to you wasn't something he needed to bitch about. But he ain't bitching about that. He's bitching about the fact that the two blunts is gone and you didn't cook him dinner. Now he would have not gave a fuck about the dinner had his blunts been there. Like he tried to set up himself all types of fucking emotional safety and being robbed of it. That needs to be addressed. Like the motherfucker ain't just kicking the dog, because that's what she's talking about. She's talking about an ethic called the kick the dog syndrome. And that's not what if a motherfucker's kicking a dog, yeah, all right, cool, that needs to be addressed. But if that's not what it is, what you saying is this motherfucker who you love and are beholden to wakes up and enough times flips like a switch and send your kids to school in disarray because of his emotional state, then there is something that is triggering him there. It ain't just a motherfucker waking up fucked up. Motherfucker is doing his best to provide and protect, and then somehow there still isn't good enough within them four walls for him to receive emotional security. I would then look to what's being done to him, not what he's doing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, because a motherfucker is quick to write off what's happening to you as, oh, that ain't no big deal. You can, damn, this shit is about to tie back to a fucking text message. And I said I'm over this shit. But yeah, motherfucker is quick to say what you could bear the brunt of, or but not willing to address a motherfucker shouldn't be doing it. Like, fuck what you could bear the brunt of. Motherfuckers shouldn't be doing this shit. Just point blank, period. Motherfuckers should not be doing this shit. And now he's an emotional terrorist. Because the kids got an attitude in the morning because they jumped up, fucking left everything he told them to fucking put away that night. I mean, just left it all. Left it all. And then he stepped on one of their Legos. And then the dog who somebody was supposed to take out shit it. All right, now he wants some quiet. All right, I can't get none of the things that I have paid for. Now can I have something you motherfuckers can control? So fucking quiet. Now y'all think y'all walking on eggshells because no, y'all not walking on eggshells. Fucking just do the things that make this shit a community, a team effort. And then I won't need quiet in the morning because I'll be able to bear the brunt of that idiosyncratic behavior. But I can't take it all. Pause. I can't take it all because I'm quote unquote built for it. Because at that point, it's just fucking. And hold on. I can take it all. Pause. But when people are doing no due diligence to make sure that some of it don't hit, like if you try to protect me and it's in some and every single drop make it through your defenses, that's one thing. But if a motherfucker just look at you like, oh, you can handle it, and don't even attempt to mitigate nothing that fall on your fucking plate, that's
And
almost a fucking enemy combatant.
right, about to say you're an active participant in my you're an active participant.
Right. Your inactivity is fucking actively fucking me over. And oh, he can handle it because you've seen me do more. That's not what I'm supposed. That's not your duty to load me up with problems that you think I can bear. I already get that from the fucking world. You're supposed to be my place of solace. That needs to be addressed. And then motherfuckers just want to apologize and apologize and apologize. Wait, so you can stuff your sorrows in the sack, mister? Because I can't do shit with them. That's it. That's why I wanted to talk about this shit. What about emotionally? Motherfuckers literally take pride in their family. What is more emotional than pride? Other than false pride. And that's two sides of the same coin. I would need to talk to her personally to see exactly what she's talking about. How is this man sending your fucking kids to school fucked up? Because I'm assuming they his kids too. Are we talking about Joe Jackson? Just a domineering motherfucker that every morning get up in a bad mood? But that's a motherfucker you need to separate yourself from. And that ain't even something we need to address. But to speak in general about men, more importantly, black men, and say that we are all emotional terrorists, for lack of a better term. And we need to address that. I don't know not one nigga who don't find solace in his woman. Like niggas don't be nowhere but with their bitch. At the show, at the movies, at the fucking everything, at concerts.
And if you're not with his, he's likely with, well, not gonna say likely with another one, but
yeah, if he ain't with his personal bitch, he with his side bitch. So motherfucker,
but why do niggas have side bitches? Because the man will stress them out.
Your man will stress you out. Some niggas ain't shit. But I hopefully we ain't talking about those niggas right now.
Yeah, some niggas just ain't meant for it.
Yeah, hopefully we ain't talking about them niggas. Hopefully we speaking to the general consensus of good men that's out there that may need a translator in this moment. That's something that we all do intrinsically may be perceived one way, based on the actions or inactivity of a few outliers that belong to our diaspora. In the words of Hove, people from a distance can't tell who is who.
Mm-hmm.
So she thinking things that the actions that we do may be kick the dog when really the dog kicking our ass. And then everybody want to go, well, that's not good enough reason to be in this emotional state. It ain't if it was an isolated incident, but this is something you do every day with no recourse. I can't talk to you about it. I
Mm-hmm.
can't love it out of you. And I'm having dreams about beating it out of you. That's how incessant it's happening and how inane the shit is. Like, why am I going through this? And I try to be a better man and a better man, and I get worse results. At a point, it's almost seemed intentional. So hell yeah, I'm a little uh emotionally unavailable in the morning because this is 365 days of this shit. I don't get to fucking reset my clock every morning. But y'all did this shit yesterday and the day before yesterday and the day before yesterday. I asked you not to leave that fucking cup there every single fucking day. And I have some authority in this motherfucker, and I'm trying not to exercise any of it. I'm trying to be communicative. I'm trying to talk this shit out. So now, if I'm unemotionally available after that, you know why? Because my daddy used to hit motherfuckers. That's why. And that was no solution. So reflect, look within. And if you see it ain't nothing you doing to spur this behavior, then leave that nigga. Because he's definitely what is quote unquote toxic. That's what these kids be saying these days.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we're talking about the virtues of a good man, a good traditional man. We ain't talking about ain't shit niggas in this moment. Because motherfuckers would love to conflate the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. Certain motherfuckers, like I said, just ain't gonna be it.